The Rats' podcast is rated N for naughty and nasty, hosted by a nincompoop by the American Podcast Association.
Nincompoop?
Really? From Hollywood. Welcome to the Rat's Ass Podcast with Mojo Elliott.
Oh, Christ, I might be. I mean, who in the hell drives out to Palm Springs when it's going to be 106 degrees?
Who gives a rat's ass?
I mean, right now, my 3 gonads feel like they're roasting on an open fire. From the Mojo Mobile Studio, who is up for another ass-pounding, action-packed adventure?
Let's do it.
Here's what's on tap on the Wrap. Trump says the Iran peace deal is done, and I'm not happy about it. Are you? There are some economic realities you need to be aware of, I'll tell you about. Elon Musk just put a bigger bullseye on his back, and that's a good thing. And how to understand people in less than 2 minutes. I think you'll find this fascinating. Another round of head trauma is on the way. Get ready for the burning question, plus our usual lunacy and loose behavior, including the angry American. And I saw it on the X. That's what's happening today on the Rat's Ass Podcast for Monday, June 15th, halfway through the month and almost halfway through the year. Can you believe it? But hey, thanks for starting your week off with me, myself, and I, the 3 of us. Really appreciate it. We're doing it up from Palm Springs, California today. I got the itch in my pants to drive out to the desert last night. 2.5-hour drive. If I would have ventured out here during the day, it would have been a 7-hour trip. But you leave about 9:30. Traffic is pretty much dissipated. Looks like Moses parted the Red Sea. But I didn't check the weather before I left. You just take it for granted here. And it's going to be 106 degrees. My God. Had I looked, I probably would have gone to Vegas instead, but here we are among all the beautiful palm trees and lots of sand and gay people.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, why would there be? Now, it's probably been 30 years since I've been to Palm Springs. Last time I was here, it was wintertime, and that's when you really want to come to Palm Springs is during the winter, because you can take the incline in the morning up to Mount San Jacinto State Park and get knee-deep, or even sometimes ass-deep in snow. Then by afternoon, you're hanging out by the pool, catching some rays at the hotel pool. That's why you want to come in the wintertime. There is no snow right now, just desert heat. And yeah, it's a dry heat, all right, but it's still hot heat. And Mojo doesn't do heat well after living in Phoenix for 3.5 years.
Anything over 90 makes me very angry, very testy. Do you know what I'm saying?
All right, before we jump into the Wrap, got to tell you about Rock Wars, now playing on the Rat's Ass Podcast blog. First, you got to join Rat Nation. If you're already there, you're already in. Then you go to the blog and play Rock Wars. It's all right there on the blog, all the details, everything you need, nothing you don't. Now, you could win up to $500 in Amazon gift cards by playing along. How cool is that? It pays to listen to the Rat's Ass Podcast. Check it out at ratsasspodcast.com. All right, let's get into the Wrap today. Donald Trump announced on his 80th birthday, happy belated, Donald, that the Iran peace deal has been agreed to. Strait of Hormuz is open. U.S. naval blockade is being removed. On Trump's social, he said, let the oil flow. But here's the deal. It was supposed to get signed yesterday. It was been put off till June 19th at the G7 summit. Now, I don't trust the Iranians. This thing could go sideways at any time this week. Now, when we started pounding them last week, I was so excited about it. I thought Trump finally realized he needed to finish the job to end the Islamic regime. I'm so upset and pissed off because he didn't finish the job. He's choosing diplomacy instead. Nothing has been signed, and until it is, I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Now, even if this peace deal gets signed, do you really think the Islamic Republic of Iran is going to stand by it, live up to it? I just think we missed a golden opportunity to end this regime. And it will come back to haunt us at some point. And I hope to Jesus H. Christ on a pogo stick that I'm dead wrong about it. Now, see, they've got this 60-day window thing that's going now where they have to work on the finer points of the agreement, which tells me there really is no agreement. I mean, think about it. They basically just signed to agree to continue to negotiate some more. That's what it feels like to me anyway. And also, don't get me started about Barack Hussein Obama offering his 2 cents yesterday. I mean, this guy needs to go away, like all the other ex-presidents. But because he's the divider, okay, he gets involved in every election. And if it's not done the way he would do it, the way he done it, it's wrong. The ego on this guy. Go away. Be like the other ex-presidents. Truth be known, he should have never been elected president in the first place. He was a community organizer, an activist. And everybody, he's a community organizer. How nice. Became a senator. Before you know it, standing up in Chicago, change has come to America. God, my skin crawled that night. 12 years of Obama and Biden is why America is as screwed up as it is. But I digress. Another podcast for another time. Good news is gas prices have dipped where I'm at by 70 cents a gallon since Memorial Weekend. Have you seen them dip in your area? I paid $5.49 a gallon last night before I drove out to Palm Springs, but I was paying before Memorial Weekend $6.19 a gallon. And I continue to hear people bitching about the high prices for everything. I mean, I get it. I'm in the same boat as you. But you got to remember how we got here. During Joe Biden's presidency, the cost for everything doubled or tripled due to his 9% inflation rate. When he was elected, Biden, that is, I was paying $1,800 a year for homeowners insurance. $4,200 now. Under Biden, Newsom. Yeah, that's how we got here. What hasn't happened is prices going down, but I told you before Trump was elected, if you go back to those previous podcasts, you wouldn't see prices go down for two reasons. Number one, you're going to have to wait for wages to catch up, like it did during the Carter administration. When they had inflation, we had gas lines. It took President Reagan almost 4 years to get the economy back on track, and he almost didn't get reelected because of it. It took time. We consumers need to feel the difference. We want to go to the store and get 2 bags of groceries for $50, not one. Now, I lived through that period where Jimmy Carter was president. I was just starting my career when he was the last 2 years of his presidency? Yeah, I was living through that, and it was a bitch, like it is now. What I will tell you, though, as long as you continue to pay the price people are asking for something, prices won't come down because you're being conditioned to accept it. If you really want prices to go down, you got to stop buying stuff because it's supply and demand, folks. That's capitalism. Supply and demand. When there is a big supply of something with little demand, prices come down so they can move that merch. Stop bitching. Start focusing. Stop buying shit you don't need. Stick to what you do need. Only buy a little at a time. And that's how you reset the economy in the consumer's favor. Elon Musk became the world's first trillionaire on Friday. Now, over the weekend, the Democrats took the opportunity to start screaming, "Tax the rich," and nailing Musk, who used to be a Democrat, by the way, and they loved him. Now he's on the outs. So pay attention to how you're treated when you leave the herd. Okay? They start talking about you behind your back. Trump was a Democrat at one time. And look how he's been treated, right? You trust this party, huh? You like these guys, right? So I'm watching Yellowstone again because there's nothing else binge-worthy right now. And I know it's a TV show and this is a script, but John Dutton said something last night on an episode that I watched about the Yellowstone Ranch, and it applies here. He said, from the beginning of time, every man who built something worthwhile, there is always someone who wants to take it from him. That's Elon Musk. That's the Democrats. Trillionaire, let's take it from him. Let's take him down. Elizabeth Warren, take him down. We're in the fight. Again, SpaceX made 4,000 employees millionaires on Friday. So what do you think they're going to do besides pay a lot of taxes? They're probably going to go out and buy a new car. Not just any car. You think they're going to go out and buy a Mitsubishi? Hell no. They're going to go buy the car of their dreams, the most expensive car. Then they'll probably go remodel their home, maybe sell it, move up, buy a bigger home, buy some new clothes, go on a nice vacation they couldn't afford before. Because when this happens, more jobs get created. There's bigger demand for the products. And those people then start spending money on goods and services. You ever see dominoes fall? It's kind of like that. But what the Democrats want to do is a 5% wealth tax on 724 billionaires who live in the United States. So let me ask you a common sense question. Do you think the Democrats are going to collect more money from 724 people, or the 165 million gainfully employed Americans who work and pay taxes. 165 million versus 724. You see, Democrats use the tax the rich bullshit to divide people because the have-nots that think like Democrats honestly believe if the Democrats successfully tax the rich, the Democratic politicians are going to make their lives better. Show me one time, give me one example of where this has ever happened. You do that, and I'll eat a ginormous shit sandwich without the bread. I'm not worried about it. Have you seen the condition of Democratic-run cities? Democratic politicians only make their lives better. It's why a guy like Bernie Sanders runs around screaming, "Kill the oligarchy! Tax the rich!" while he owns 4 houses. Got to wake up, people. You're being played. Now, I ran across this piece about understanding people in less than 2 minutes, and it was fascinating to me. And it was so simple, too. They gave 5 examples I'll give to you, and I want you to see if you can identify someone maybe that you work with, somebody in your family who fits one of these descriptions, okay? In a meeting, the one talking too much is usually the weakest mentality. The one always joking is often the most dangerous person. A dangerous person. The one who avoids contact is usually hiding something. They're not shy. They know something, but they're hiding it from you. The one who speaks slowly is often the most calculating. The one who speaks slowly is often the most calculating. Watch out for those people. And the one who mirrors your actions is often trying to build rapport. This one I've been doing for years, and I swear it works. If you're sitting at a table and somebody crosses their arms, you cross your arms. If they lean forward, you lean forward. If they lean back, you lean back. They put their hand on the table, you put your hand on the table. I don't know why, but it frickin' works. You build rapport that way. Were you able to pinpoint, though, somebody you work with that fits that description, somebody in your family? I bet you did. All right, let's see what's setting the angry Americans' pants on fire today. This is Tim Kramer.
Doing the right thing, being on the right side of history shouldn't be a bipartisan issue, but for Democrats, it is.
The reality is, from what we've seen so far, is Democrats have been against Republicans looking for and rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse. They fought us on the DOJ committee, which I also sit on, and they fought us in the committee hearing today that we've had. So I hope that some of them come over. I think that ending fraud should be a bipartisan idea, but unfortunately we haven't seen that so far.
So the question is, why aren't Democrats as interested in rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse as the GOP is, as you and I are? Well, simple. Because they're on the take of the waste, fraud, and abuse. They're all corrupt. That's one thing I can think of. How about you?
Ooh, that's a bingo.
Here's some more misery to add to your Monday.
Ooh, that one hurt.
Here's Mojo Elliott with his spin on sports on the Wrap.
I'll just leave that lie. The New York Knicks won their first NBA championship in 53 years. You know, I don't think I had gotten my pubes yet when they won in 1973. I mean, after the game, though, naturally the city went wild. Whole place went to hell with fans demolishing parts of New York City. I mean, what is it about winning a championship that triggers the thought in some people's heads that, hey, let's go destroy some public property? You know, the teams I followed since I was a kid my entire life have won 30 combined national championships, and not once did I ever get the desire to go beat the hell out of somebody else's automobile, go set a fire someplace, or loot a business. Never. I guess I'm just not normal. Maybe I'm not a real fan. The Carolina Hurricanes beat the Vegas Golden Knights last night to win Lord Stanley's Cup, 4-2. And how cool was it that Jacob Slavin won a gold medal for the United States hockey team and a Stanley Cup in the same year? That's what you love about sports. So now both the NBA, NHL seasons are kaput. They're done, finito. Yeah, I know what you're saying. There's soccer out there. I don't give a rat's ass about the World Cup. And by the way, if you're one of the few who thought the UFC 250 at the White House was disgusting, you're actually part of the problem in America. You see, real Americans enjoy competition, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. America was founded on it. So do me a favor. Go have your wine and cheese, your complain parties, wax your little pussies, and get your nails done. You too, ladies. Now, it's going to get boring for a couple of weeks before the NBA free agency starts on June 30th. Yeah, you're going to have the outsiders pretending to be insiders, saying they're doing deals, making shit up so you clickbait it. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. They don't know squat. The only people that know that what's going on are the guys behind the closed doors on the phones. The chit-chat leading up will be furious. So naturally, I only care what the Lakers are doing. They got problems. They got issues they got to work on. Unrestricted free agents include LeBron James, Roy Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, and Luke Kennard. They need those four guys. You've also got player options for Austin Reeves, DeAndre Ayton, and Marcus Smart. That is 7 of their core 10 from last season that are up for grabs right now. The only 3 locked and loaded from that core 10 last season are Luka Doncic, Jake LaRavia, and Jared Vanderbilt. It is time for Mr. Rob Pelinka to go earn his money. And that's my spin on sports on the Rat.
Rat's Ass Podcast. Head trauma.
All right, today we're playing the burning question. All you have to do is fill in the blank. 83% of men across all races say the perfect measurements for a woman, and this is an average, but it's blank. What do you think it is? 83% of men across all races say the perfect measurements for a woman is blank. All right, think about it. I'll have the answer for you coming up.
It's time for some loose behavior on the Rat's Ass Podcast.
All right, here's what's happening on the Rat's Ass Podcast X feed. We call it I Saw It on the X. Double Dip posted this one. He said, if you have the power to change one thing on planet Earth, what would it be? Derek Flores said, I would end governments. Actually, the majority of responses said governments. Scary Terry said, shut down all social media platforms but X. She had to say that because she was on X. But the real truth is, the freedom of speech is freer on X, and the GIFs are a lot better, too. The GIFs. Evil Brandon said, you got to end women's bodily functions. Would you believe how many men liked that post? End women's bodily functions. Oddly enough, not one woman I saw on that thread said this about men. Not one. Only gay men said that about other gay men.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
And why would there be? I don't see a problem with it, do you?
Hey, heads up. Here comes your celebrity cheese.
Hey, the good news is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are all cool. You know, when she showed up at the Knicks game last week with a girlfriend, some wondered if there was trouble brewing between the soon-to-be newlyweds, but they were seen at a Broadway show. Oh, Mary, on Saturday. Now, who do you think got the tickets for the show on Broadway? Yeah, he's a football player, but I think Travis is covering up for something. I bet it was Travis who said, hey, Tay-Tay, you want to go to the Broadway show called Oh, Mary? He just looks like the Broadway type to me. Ex-Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak resurfaced over the weekend after retiring from the show a while back. He said he was enjoying his retirement in Montana from his home in Malibu. In the background, you saw the ocean. Trust me, there is no ocean in Montana. So either Pat was joking or he's suffering from dementia. I think he was joking. At least I hope so. Anybody want to hear about Prince Harry showing up at Game 5 of the NBA Finals alone? Yeah, I didn't think so. I have to confess I made an error last Thursday. I said Big Bang Theory's Kaylee Cuoco was knocked up by her husband, Tom Pelphrey. They're not married. They are engaged. They do have one child together, which means, go back to my original point, the bun in her oven might belong to somebody else. So I say, Tom, you need a paternity test before you make it legal, man. In fact, I really do think every man, once he's told that he's going to be a father, might be a good idea just to automatically say, okay, I'm going to be the papa here, right? Mm-hmm. Then let's get a paternity test. If you got nothing to worry about, ladies, you should be okay with it.
Everybody hates you.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they do. All right, the bromance between Seth Rogen and James Franco is still on the ice. Rogen said over the weekend he hasn't spoken to Franco since it was revealed that James was involved with a sexual misconduct allegation. Never proven, it was just an allegation, and Seth is punishing him for an allegation. Said he has no intentions of working with him again. Translated, that means nobody's offering them enough money to bury the hatchet and pick up a script yet. Pop singer, my favorite pop singer still, even though I deleted all of her music because she got married, Dua Lipa. She was seen enjoying her honeymoon with her new hubby, Caleb Turner, in Italy. Now, onlookers claim the couple were having the hot, lovely relations, you know, the old who's your daddy, while floating on an air mattress in the ocean. Maybe they were just levitating. But you know what? They keep this up, and it might not be too long until she's lactating. I said lactating.
Immature. The man's immature, you know?
And that, my friends, is a very healthy slice of celebrity cheese for you.
Who gives a rat's ass?
Rat's Ass Podcast. Email from our Gmail.
All right, this is where you send your questions, comments, and observations to my producer, Fleabag, at ratsasspodcast@gmail.com. My God, I almost forgot my own email address. Anything does go. More outrageous and salacious, the better. It is impossible to offend me, but you're welcome to try. Jared Y., Syracuse, New York, said, I know you agree with Motley Crue guitarist Mick Mars, the ex-guitarist, by the way. He said, shitty name, shitty band. Yes, I do agree with that. It is so true. So he said, give me a name for my band that's not so shitty. Off the top of my head, you think I can do that? Just magically, here's a name for you. Just start dealing them out like cards. Oh, my God. Okay, well, driving out to the desert, I was listening to Five Finger Death Punch last night. So how about this one? We'll let them inspire me. What do you think about Four Knuckle Dick Slap? Dallas K., Richmond, Virginia. Here's an interesting integrity test for you. If a homeless guy gave you 6 winning numbers to the lottery and you won $28 million, how much would you give him? Okay, how much did I win? $28 million? Let me get my calculator out here. $28 million. Okay, you get about a third of that if you take the lump sum. Yeah, about 33.3%. That's all you're going to get. Lump sum, I'd get about $9.3 million. So since I bought the ticket and he only gave me the numbers, I'd have to cut him a check for about $4.6 million. That's half. Because I'm fine with $4.6 million, more than enough dough. Plus, I also know karma. And if I didn't split it with the guy, I'd probably get hit by a bus. Rose B., Little Rock, Arkansas, said, I do psychic work. Well, congratulations. If you're up for it, I'd like to do your chart and send it to you. Really? Do people really do this stuff still? I guess in Arkansas they do. I just need your birth date and time you were born. Do I want to do this? Okay, I'm curious. Rose B., you might be really good at this. Okay, September 23rd, and I popped out of my mama's woobus head first at 2:01 p.m. Doctor spanked my ass, cut the cord, handed me a gun. All right, so if you need any additional information, hit Fleabag up by email, and he'll get you what you need. So I am curious to see what you come up with. I just didn't know people still did this kind of stuff. Perry Q., Salt Lake City, Utah. My job transferred me from Boise, Idaho to Salt Lake City about 7 months ago. The girl I've been seeing for 6 years was supposed to move here with me, but about 3 weeks ago, she stopped responding to my emails, texts, and calls. There was no argument, and I'm unaware as to why she won't speak to me. But I'm starting to wonder, at what point do I just give up? Well, she might just need some time to sort things out, Perry. I mean, a lot of women don't move beyond 50 miles of where they were born. They just don't. They got their friends, they got their family. She's looking at going to Salt Lake City with you, and that's all she's got. Women need a support staff in a lot of cases. It's very rare that they go beyond 50 miles from where they grew up. She may not be ready to have a difficult discussion with you right now, and thinks because your relationship is where it's at, it's not a big deal to take a little time off. But I will say, if she decides to pass on moving with you, ending your relationship, I'm going to find a piece I picked up on a while back that'll give you some insight about life and relationships. Let me see, where did I put that? Here it is. Check this out.
You meet people for a reason. Not every person enters your life to stay. Some arrive as blessings, others arrive as lessons, but none of them are meaningless. Every encounter carries a purpose, even when you don't understand it at the moment. Here are 5 reasons people appear in your life. 1, some people come to teach you a lesson. They may bring disappointment, betrayal, or pain. But through them, you learn boundaries, self-respect, and strength. The lesson may hurt, but the wisdom stays forever. 2, some people come to reveal who you really are. Certain people challenge your patience, your character, and your values. They show you parts of yourself you didn't even know existed. 3, some people come to support your journey.
Yes.
These are the rare one who encourage you, believe in you, and walk beside you when life becomes difficult. Their presence reminds you that good people still exist. 4, some people come only for a season. They share a chapter of your life, then disappear when that chapter ends. Not everyone is meant to stay until the final page. 5, some people come to change your direction. A single conversation, a single meeting can completely shift the path of your life. And here comes the most important part. Don't regret the people who left. Be grateful for the lesson they gave, because every person you meet either adds something to your life or teaches you something you needed to learn.
Gino H., Fort Wayne, Indiana. Did you buy any SpaceX stock on Friday when the IPO opened? I did not. I've never been in a hurry to buy stock. Every time I was when I was younger, I usually got burned. I've learned on IPOs to really watch your ass. Stock opened at 150, increased to 175, and closed at 160. So you see the roller coaster ride there. If the stock pulls back to around 140, 145, that'll get my attention. Then I'll probably start buying small blocks of stock, building shares over a long position. I think it's when you need to buy and hold, but the right time to buy, you're never going to figure that out. But I just know that patience works. That's a big virtue if you're buying stocks. I've seen people get burned by day trading. I've got burned by day trading in the past. So through experience, I've learned that patience is what pays off. So I might just wait until the company's first P&L comes out, see what the future guidance is. Because I'll tell you what, on this stock, they have a bad first quarter. See ya, don't want to be ya. And that's when you buy in to clean up. But I think this is going to be a good stock to own for a while. I mean, look at Tesla. It's going from 400 to 250. It happens. You just got to be ready. Just got to be ready. Megan C., Long Beach, California says, oh, we have a dating dilemma.
Well, isn't that special?
All right, Megan says she went out with this guy she liked who she used to work with, which is fine. You used to work together, never date somebody you worked with. She said we went to a fancy restaurant. When the bill came, it was $122, and he claimed he forgot his wallet. He said if I picked up the tab and the tip, he'd pay me back, and I believed him. The night ended with us having some really good sex. And when he left, he said he'd call me to set up a meeting so he could pay me the money he owed me. The total was $150. He has now set up 2 meetings and stood me up both times. Should I go to his work and confront him? You know what? I'll tell you what, Megan, just eat the money. Don't bother him at work. Set him up to be, an evil person. Don't do that. Maybe he'll end up paying you the money. Maybe he just needs to gather it. Maybe that's why he stood you up. But I just blow him off. Little advice for you ladies, too, by the way. If you're ever on a date with a guy and he lays the old, I forgot my wallet BS on you, prepare for the old D&D, the old dine and dash. And here's how you play it. If he drove, you get his car fob. When the waitress comes and asks if you'd like to see a dessert menu, you say yes. And then you leave to go bring the car up front. When the dessert menu arrives, he makes the order and then casually walks out. And then you make a run for the border. That's how you do it. Now, 2 things are going to happen, though. He's either going to get a guilty conscience, reach down to his sock and find his damn wallet, or you two really are food bandits for the night. And here's the most important part, ladies. If a guy tells you that he forgot his damn wallet, okay, remember this. No poontang for his wing-wang. Okay? Keep that in mind. It's very important.
Rat's Ass Podcast. Head trauma.
All right, we're playing the burning question today. All you have to do is fill in the blank here. 83% of men across all races say the perfect measurements for a woman is blank. What do you think it is? The average is 5'5", 34C, 22, 34, and about 105 pounds. If that's what you said,
yeah, baby.
Congratulations. But if you missed it, go see a doctor about your head trauma and get well soon. I got a split. I heard there's a big sale on Banana Boat at the 99-cent only store for $4, so I want to get it while it's cheap. But first, is this real or is it riffraff? Nazi leader Adolf Hitler only had one testicle. Alexa, is this real or is it riffraff?
This is actually 100% real. Adolf only had one ball.
Jesus, no wonder he was so evil.
Just think, if you were alive back then, you could have donated one of your 3 balls to him.
Why in the hell would I want to give Adolf one of my 3 balls?
Think about all the lives you might have saved.
I'm thinking. God, I hate it when you make sense.
That's why you spent $49.99 on me, Mojo.
Yeah, $49.99 for the same price I could have paid for a happy ending at Wing Wong's House of Wang Chung. But yeah, it was worth it. I admit it. I love you, Alexa. I love you. Is that what you want to hear? Now,
Get the fuck out!
shout outs to new Rat Nation members: Rudy Kemper of Burlington, Vermont, Ty Williams in Charlotte, North Carolina, Myra Morehouse in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and Victor Mendoza in Tyler, Texas. Around the world to folks in Vancouver, Canada, London, England, Belfast, Ireland. Welcome back to the show. We appreciate you listening to the Rat's Ass Podcast.
Now's your chance to be one of the few and the loud. Join Rat Nation at ratsasspodcast.com. Membership does have its rewards, you know.
Looks like we were a little long-winded today, but hey, sometimes we just take a deep breath and let it fly. All right, that's a wrap for this episode of the Rat's Ass Podcast. Go to ratsasspodcast.com to visit our hub and listen to previous episodes. Read the blog. It's loaded with lots of hot topicality. Play Rock Wars, too, by the way. Watch Rat's Ass Rock TV, join the mischief at Rat Nation, and connect with us on the socials. We're going to do this again on Thursday, June 18th. Take care of each other, and thanks for stopping by the Rat's Ass Podcast in association with and partnership with the Oz Podcast Group.
The conversation continues between podcasts on X and ratsasspodcast.com. ratsasspodcast.com.